Good day, everyone. To the organizer of Asian Scholars Network and the organizer of Second Kuala Lumpur International Multidisciplinary Conference in Social Science and Engineering. Good day. I'm going to present a study titled with the termination of playtime and satisfaction during COVID-19 of Filipino Gen Z on League of Legends Wildrift using structural equation modeling or SEM. The co-authors are Rexmel F. Ticapia, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering in Allied Department, Ms. Gina Marjorie Asim, Mr. Kyle Ekuban, Mr. Mark Joseph Espinosilia, Mr. Kenneth Cornejas, Ms. Sheena May Layol, and Mr. Manuel Lipata, student of Non-Destructive Testing Engineering Section of Technological University of the Philippines, Taguig Campus. PUP Taguig is located at Taguig City. PUP Taguig is near at Bonifacio Global City, popularly known as simply as the BGC, Metro Manila's second most important business district and a major tourism, shopping, dining, and entertainment destination in the Philippines. So my name is Zachariah Jan A. Belmonte. I'm the presenter of this study and the main author. I'm from Technological University of the Philippines Taguig Campus and Faculty of Mechanical Engineering and Allied Department. So I have four agenda for today. First, the introduction. Second, about the methodology of this research. The methodology of this research have five subtopics, namely data collection, sample, theoretical framework, hypothesis development, and data analysis. Three, is I'm going to discuss all the data I gathered and also all the data gathered and interpreted by the researchers. And lastly, the conclusion. First, the declaration of the COVID-19 pandemic has greatly affected the whole world, even the Philippines. Since the first announced in the Philippines about community lockdown on March 15, 2020, it is stated on the report of the Department of Science and also the Department of Health that country obtained almost a million of total cases. The country is still in ongoing battle with the various lockdown restrictions being enforced with the hope of limiting the COVID-19 spreading. Since there have been restrictions where people ages 20 and below are not allowed to go outside their residences, wherein the said ages fall under Generation Z, people born between 1997 and 2015. They are considered as Gen Z, according to the Pew Research Center report. Since the pandemic age restriction, people with smartphone can have more access to entertainment, especially on gaming. People restricted at home tend to have more time to browse for downloadable games in various platforms and always play during leisure time. One of the most popular games in the Philippines, they call it League of Legends Wild Rift. The game of the League of Legends Wild Rift was released in the Philippines on October 28th of 2020 with an all-access pass as developed by the Riot Games. It has been a year since the community lockdown and Filipino Gen Z has been taking the ways to kill time at home and to be entertained at the same time uh, to to be not uh, to be still in their mental health. Hence, the objective of this study is to find out mobile games affect the individual's playtime and satisfaction during the time of pandemic. There is much not study about mobile games, about their playtime and satisfaction. However, this study will use the SEM or the structural equation model and with the SAT theory, with the self-affirmation theory. So these are the methodology of the researchers. First, we have to collect the data and then sample profile, formulate the theoretical framework, hypothesis development, and last, the data analysis. For the data collection, due to COVID-19, the government implemented a lockdown and people must stay at their home. Therefore, the researchers collected data through online questionnaires using software called Google Forms, which is easy and accessible to use for answering the questionnaires or the question provided by the researchers. So these are the sample profile of the data gathered by the researchers. where most of the respondents are female with a 203. And then the male is 49. With the total of the female with a total percentage of 80.6, and for the male is 19.4. And with the location, it is most of the respondents are from the Luzon area, specifically in National Capital Region, wherein 66.7 of the total respondents, or 168. About the ages, if the majority is 19 to 21 years old, with a percentage of 50.4, with a number of 127. So the researcher collected a total of 252 valid participants, the majority of whom were high school and college students. These are the theoretical framework of this research. The researchers used the self-affirmation theory to calculate the playtime and satisfaction. According to some research, self-affirmation theory proposed that people will improve their self-integrity by reiterating their worth in one field and hence trying to fight challenges from the other areas. About the hypothesis development, the researcher formulates 6 hypotheses using SAT theory to calculate the playtime and satisfaction. Using the theoretical framework provided in this study, for the first hypothesis is about the autonomy is significantly and positively related to self-worth. For the second hypothesis, competence is significantly and positively related to self-worth. For the hypothesis number 3, relatedness is significantly and positively related to self-worth. For the hypothesis number 4, self-worth is positively related to playtime. For the hypothesis number 5, self-worth is significantly and positively related to satisfaction. And the last hypothesis, the hypothesis 6, playtime is significantly and positively related to satisfaction. So these are the the developed questionnaire of the researchers. Using the research framework provided in this study to determine the playtime and satisfaction of League of Legends Wildrift during the pandemic. It is divided into 7 sections. First, the demographics. Second, the economy. Third, competence. Fourth, relatedness. Fifth, self-worth. Sixth, playtime. Last, which is number 7, is the satisfaction. We have the number of constructs is 7. And then 6 rather, which is composed of autonomy, competence, relatedness, self-worth, playtime, and satisfaction. And each construct has 4 items. These are the source of the formulated questionnaires. And then the researcher used a 4-point Likert scale to assess the latent construct in our framework. So for the data analysis, the researcher will use the structural equation modeling using the statistic package for the social sciences, or known as the SPSS, and then analysis of moment structure, or the AMOS 22 software, to examine and estimate the maximum probability of this study. To analyze the model of fit with its validity and reliability, the researchers will use the confirmatory factor analysis, which the following measurement indices, namely, number 1, the CFI, or known as the comparative factor index. Number 2, the adjusted goodness of fit index, or AGP. Number 3 is the Tucker-Lewis index, or TLI. And last, number 4, the root mean square error of approximation, or RMCM. The researchers are able to determine the factor loadings that is also determine the path coefficient to see the relationship of the model. The analytic result of the model. STEM result by assessing the playtime and satisfaction in playing League of Legends Wildrift during COVID-19. As you can see, these are the data. This study was analytically observed based on the research respondents. With the help of AMOS and SPSS software, the researchers can determine the factor loading that is also determine the path coefficient to see the relationship of the model. It is shown in this figure, wherein the first hypothesis, the playtime for the satisfaction, have the estimate of the 0.84, and then playtime to self-worth with 0.157, self-worth to satisfaction 0.051, relatedness to self-worth 0.393, competence to self-worth 0.344, autonomy to self-worth is 0.192. These are the statistical descriptive results. The table summarizes the fact analysis of the researchers using SEM. Here can be observed that all the paths with the latent variables are significant except the relationship of self-worth to autonomy and satisfaction. Furthermore, table listed below the model fit of the SEM. As the researcher observed, the given table, it can be said that the model fit of the data is in the good fit with the GFI of 0.87, CFI of 0.57, the AGFI of 0.85, TLI with 0.52, IFI with 0.61, Armisea 0.47, and the CMIN or DF is equivalent to 1.55. For the discussion, the League of Legends Wildrift players revealed that their playtime is influenced by their self-worth based on the findings of this study through qualitative and quantitative scientific method. The finding that autonomy, competence, and relatedness were positively related to self-worth when also accepted. As a result, we can conclude that the self-affirmation theory can be also used to analyze and assess the playtime and satisfaction of mobile gamers. According to France Press on 2020, gaming has grown in popularity as one of the most interactive and engaging form of entertainment. It is said that the mobile games can increase mental capability, improve moods, and offer a sense of identity. Furthermore, according to our research findings, the outcomes of autonomy, competence, and related factors are all positively related to self-worth. Surprisingly, there is no significant relationship self-worth and satisfaction. The researchers believe that while each person has their own sense of self-worth, their levels of satisfaction in their games do not complement one another. The goal of this study is to determine how much time League of Legends Wild Rift players playing during the pandemic and how satisfied they are with their experiences. This study indicates that using the principle of self-affirmation theory in a statistical analysis with the structural equation model, such theory can be used to predict the behavior of mobile game players. This study, however, is limited by the numbers of participants. As the researchers only collected 252 valid players, all of whom are under the Gen Z and from the Philippines during COVID-19 pandemic. So this is the conclusion of the researchers. With the result that the researchers have gathered using stats, the researcher can delineate and elucidate the satisfaction and playtime. The researchers validate the model using the analysis of SEM. The researchers conclude that the model shows fit the player or of Wildlife. In addition, that the result can be indication of the factor that can affect the satisfaction in playtime Wildlife players during pandemic. It was also revealed in this study that self-worth has big impact with the Wildlife players' playtime and the Wildlife have positive effect on satisfaction. So that's the end of my research study, and I want to acknowledge the researcher who would like to acknowledge the student who participated in this study in the Technological University of the Philippines, Taguig campus, Office of the Research and Extension for supporting this study, and to my parents, Ibihinia and Domingo Belmonte. Thank you.